All right, today we're going to do measurements, and I'm going to do measurements on Matt, just to show you how to do them. Measurements are good for tracking your results and your progress. The most important thing is to always have the same person doing your measurements. That way you have a more reliable, consistent result. So we're going to get Matt to start, well, if you got a guy, take the shirt off, pants off. If you're doing them at home, you can strip right down to your underwear. That's going to give you the most accurate result. We're going to not do every spot, but we're going to show you the most common spots to use for your measurements. So first we're going to do shoulders. Shoulders are a difficult one because sometimes the measuring tape will slide off, but you're going to go from the medial delt. So you can get around that here, right on his delts, come across. And that's how you're going to get the measurement. For the shoulders, make sure too that you're always using the same measuring tape. Everything's off. They might not all be exactly the same, so make sure you're using the same one. Next, we're going to do chest. So for chest, you're going to get your arms up, and we're going to go right under the armpit. We're going to have Matt put his arms down, and you're going to get your measurement. Now, the important part about going right under the armpit is not only are we getting a measurement in the chest, but if you're a woman, you're also measuring out your lats back here. So don't think about coming right around the front of your bust. We want to get you right up across the top of your chest. What can happen is when you lose weight, especially if you're a female, you can start to lose some of the size off your bust. So this way, we'll keep it nice and consistent. And the next measurement we're going to do is for your waist. So we're going to go around the belly button. So we're going to go arms up. Right around the belly button. And make sure they breathe out when you take the measurement. Otherwise they might be sucking in, and that'll play a role in your results too. Next we'll do arms. There's two ways you can do the arms. What we do to do them fast is we'll do a flex. When you get on the peak, get on the marker peak, come down, and measure it in an unflexed position. Now, if you want to actually measure it out every time, you can mark down where you do it. But you're going to go from your AC joint up here on the shoulder. You're going to come down to this process on your elbow. So this is it's about, from that, it's about 16.5 inches. So we'd be about 8 1/4 down on his arm, and then that's where we would take the measurement from. So you can do them that way as well, but then mark down that you're always at 8 1/4 inches. So that's how you do the arms. And always do them in an unflexed position. You can do two if you want. If you want to measure it flexed, you can do that as well. That'll actually play a big role in when you do your measurements too. If you do them after a workout, you'd have blood filled up in all your body, all your muscles, and that's going to skew your results. You're going to have a bigger measurement than you would if you did it first thing in the morning. You haven't done any physical activity yet. So next we're going to do, we can do it again. We're going to do your hips. So for your hips, you go across the biggest part of your butt. Sleep around that here. I'm going to find the biggest part across his glute. Pull that measuring tape tight. You get that result there. So that's going to get you through your hips. Then we're going to do quads. So get Matt to pull up his shorts here. Again, I'm going to show you two ways to do your quads, but the easiest way will be this first way. You actually want to find that line between where your leg hits your glute. So you come right to where that glute starts on your quad and measure around. So that's going to be the most accurate way to get it, especially if you're doing it yourself. You're always going to be able to get around, find that spot where your glute attaches into your leg, and then you'll be able to get it that way. If you wanted to do it the second way, you could do a measurement, just like what we did with his arm. You could actually measure up from the knee. So you could come from the top of his kneecap here, measure up. Now, Matt's got a long leg, so I'd probably go 7, 8 inches up from the top, get him to mark that, and then come around. This way works well too, but you gotta mark down how far you went up each time. But if you don't get the same spot every time, it won't be quite as reliable. Whereas when you get through the glute here, you're always going to hit that same position. It's going to be easier to measure. Calves, you're just going to use your hands and go up and down and find the biggest spot. You have the measuring tape here. So you're going to go feel where the biggest spot is. Then I'm going to take that measurement around the biggest spot on this calf. If you're wanting to do forearms, again, you're going to go basically the biggest spot. So you'll see where the biggest girth is on this forearm here. That's where the majority of your muscles are. You don't want to measure down here. There's not much muscle, so you're not going to get much of a measurement. So you're going to go right around that biggest portion of his forearm there. So you're almost going to check it like the calf, find where that biggest spot is, and measure across there. Forearms aren't that important. Your main ones are going to be your chest, your waist, your hips, your legs, and your arms. Those are going to be your biggest measurements. And yeah, that's about it. Anything else?
So that's everything. Just make sure you're not doing it right after a workout. And when you're measuring it, you're going to pull the tape tight each time. And like Trent said, try to have the same person measuring you so that you get a reliable measurement there. So.
Exactly. All right. We'll catch you later.